Hey folks, welcome to my first video, the first video of this channel. Today I'm going to be talking about this minimalist go bag, which was sort of pieced together just from the gear that I had laying around, and the bag that I had left over after I compiled all of my other go bags, all of my primary go bags. So this one is actually going to be used between myself and other people that I live near. I'm really excited to go over this pack and its contents. The Highland Tactical sling bag. Okay, I got this pack a while ago. It's not as useful for bushcraft and such like I'm into, and so it sort of got relegated off to the side, and now it fits as a minimal go bag sling. And the reason I got this pack was for the conceal carry feature here on the side, with just some space for a sidearm. Here's a emergency whistle, and starting with the outside contents. First aid kit. It's very sparse. And this thing isn't even really filled up. Couple of bandages. That mirror is going to be useful as a self-aid item, as well as a signaling item. Now the first aid is actually attached here to a belt rig, which also has the water bottle attached. Just a 1 quart or 1 liter Army canteen with a pistol belt and a general purpose pouch. And for right now, this is where I'm keeping the first aid kit because you want it accessible. Next up, there's a pretty good carabiner here. Of course, there's a lot of MOLLE on this Highland Tactical pouch, and I found it was pretty easy just to strap up an axe to these compression straps, which I'm not going to need because I really packed this thing tight. This axe is it's small enough and light enough, it's probably 2 pounds, to be used as a cutting tool. It is not, the blade itself was not taken care of. This was one of my first cutting tools, and it needs a repair session, but it is the Tops Knives. Does it say on here? It's the Grandpa's axe. It's got a little micarta handle. It's really nice. Now this is the primary cutting tool in this kit, just because I did not have any extra bushcraft knives or anything really that could be a belt knife. I think it's good to practice doing Semi-difficult tasks with one hand, huh? 10-liter dry bag. Got a couple of D-rings up here, so could really use it as a bear bag. Can also attach this leather strap and use it to carry water. Now inside of here is a Bushcraft Spain ground cloth with the wool lining, and I'm gonna say it's probably 100% wool, with a oilskin canvas backing, waterproof. There's two outer pockets. So starting at the top, I attached a simple button compass that I've tested for reliability. Now that's the only compass that this kit has, which is one of its downsides. This kit could be better, just like any kit. In here there's also a utility key, useful for accessing water from the sides of buildings where the spigot has been removed. Now I just have a hairband in here. There's probably a comb in here somewhere. Just a nice wide application headlamp. Right, with a light on it. A couple different settings. Nothing too expensive or fancy for sure. A little bit of instant coffee. That's it. That's all that's in this top pouch. Okay, moving down, we got a 100% cotton square of cloth or a bandana, just in that green earth tone. And I put in here a couple of sheets of tin foil. Just anything you need to throw in the fire. You can make a fire on top of this, so you can be able to scatter the ashes, that kind of thing. This is I'm not sure which life straw this is. Just a set of maps, just to help navigate the local area. A pouch with some lengths of cordage. This looks like a 25-foot length of paracord with a couple of Persic loops tied in for attachment points for a tarp. Just a lighter with some 1/2-inch duct tape wrapped around it as a ignition and tinder source. Some more of that 1/2-inch duct tape, always good in an emergency of most kinds. Here's that comb. some compacted toilet papers, probably eco-friendly. Have to check on that. A couple of strips of sandpaper, various grits, which are going to be useful for putting a sharp edge on your belt knife that you're hopefully carrying together along with this, and you know, possibly the axe as well. And I do have an axe sharpening stone to go with along with that. That might be it. Oh no, lucky marble given to me by a friend, and I think that is finally it for the outside pouch. Opening up the main compartment, right on top is the fire kit. This is the Campcraft Outdoors waxed cotton fire kit pouch. It's waterproof to a pretty high degree, but I got this dry sack in here with some fine tinder inside of it. Let's see if there's any hanging around at the bottom of the pouch here. Here's an example, sort of just that fluffy, you know, kind of late summer dry material that you can find pretty easily, especially out in the desert. Alright, what else is in here? We got the windproof matches in a waterproof container, and there are some match strikers inside of here. I didn't put anything else in there, like any sewing needles or anything, just because I actually didn't have the redundancies available to put in here. So definitely good to think about maximizing space at every opportunity. Just a waterproof container for another big lighter. Everything is held together with a, I believe they call it a fire starter paracord. It's just one of the strands inside of here is flammable. So I've never actually lit one to see what sort of burn time it has or anything like that, but pretty good amount of that, and you can of course use the cord to just wrap around your wrists so you don't drop it into the creek, or to hang it around your neck. Alright, here I've taken a round 10, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to open this with one hand, am I? I feel like if I worked at it for a long time. Yeah. So I've just inserted some cotton balls here with Vaseline rubbed into it. There's 5 of those in there, so that's a nice flame extender, fire starter component. And of course the tin can be used to create charred material for future fires as a good fire starter for future fires. Just a nice size ferro rod in here with the what is this called? Tungsten or something, with a scraper in it. Okay, next up, this is the pouch for food. Okay, it looks like we got some rehydration salts. That's for once you've already become dehydrated. We have some peanut butter in a pouch, 2 of those it looks like. Yeah, 2 of the rehydration salts, 2 Larabars, and 1 dinner. So looking at this food component, this kit was really, as I was designing it, coming into fruition as sort of a 24-hour, day and a half or 2-day kit, because I don't like going without food. Whether I can or not, doesn't matter. I do not like going without food, and I feel like it really does affect my health to a high degree to be without food for any extended period of time. All right, let's see what else is in here. So back here we have a 2-liter, actually it's a 2.5 liter water bladder. It's already filled with water. And then behind that, there is a 55-gallon drum liner trash bag. It is a thickness of 6 millimeters, which means it's pretty tough. It's good as a shelter component. It's a vapor barrier. This will keep water off of half of you at night. If you were to bring 2, you could make an entire sleeping bag out of it. So you could actually throw some leaves and debris in here and sleep on top of this, so it could be used as a ground mat to battle conduction from the cold ground while you're sleeping. Obviously you could throw all your gear in here and it's waterproof. So nice 6 mil bag. And also back in the water pouch, another shelter component. This is a off-brand, I believe. Yeah, it's got to be off-brand because look, you can see here the grommet has actually come loose from wherever it's supposed to be attached, right down in here. So, this isn't the greatest quality, but this is just a rain poncho with the ability to turn it into a overhead shelter, like an A-frame, or probably more likely a lean-to. There are 2 stakes here, and there's going to be some cordage in here, some 550 paracord for a ridge line, as well as 2 guy lines from paracord, and it looks like I have an additional sort of tensioner line wrapped around it to keep it all together, which would be used here at the hood. I've actually made a little penny mod at the hood and a little loop coming off of it, so this would actually get pulled out, and if you've ever set one of these up, you know that creates a lot of space for you. If you're doing a lean-to shelter, you want to have that extra head space, and you pull it out and tie it off to a tree, and yeah, this can make a pretty good shelter for light to moderate rain during the night. Next item out is a emergency blanket tarp. So I'll just pull it part way out, and you can see that it has that shiny lining inside of it. I think that this one is aluminum, if I remember right, and it's just got the loops at every corner, just like my ground cloth and just like my poncho. And so all together these items can come together to make a really nice sleep system. And the final component of that sleep system, if I can find it, this here is just a silk sleeping bag liner, and this would go between you and your emergency thermal blanket to provide just a layer between that and your skin, so that your skin isn't getting that heat blasted directly back to it. It would become very wet and sticky. So this silk sleeping bag liner is just, to provide maybe 5 degrees protection from the cold. And then this, of course, reflects your body heat back to you, whereas this would be your primary shelter in case of rain. And this would be on the outside of the emergency blanket to be the final component to your sleeping bag system. I threw an extra pair of wool socks in here. There's no other clothing in here, like a hat or gloves. This kit does need a pair of work gloves, something like a leather glove or something, to just enable you to work with the natural environment without getting it on your hands and in your eyes and everything. But I wanted to include just some wool socks in here just to help keep your feet cold when you're sleeping. Next item is a solar panel, and in this first pouch at the top here, there's a net pouch with a zipper, and it actually contains the cords for this to charge your phone with, and it has one for an iPhone and one for a Android. I believe that's a 10-watt solar panel. The brand is BioLite. There are a couple of plastic bags that were also in this top pouch, just to put your phone in, or maybe put some food in here or something like that. Whatever needs to stay watertight. Okay, in this bottom pouch, there's nothing in there. And the backpack itself is also empty except for one remaining item, which is this Nordic pocket saw. Go ahead and open this up. So this was the highest quality pocket saw that I could find online at the time that I ordered it. I'm not sure what's available out there now, or what's available on Etsy or eBay, but as you can tell, this is a pretty good quality tool, and I've definitely used it a few times to just not process firewood, but just to cut off limbs from trees to be processed as firewood. And I like that it fits into a nice pouch, and there's a belt loop on this pouch so that you can actually take this out of the bag, throw it on your belt, and create some more room in the bag if you want to supplement with some more food or something like that. As I said, this is a minimalist go bag kit, and it would include the necessary addition of some important items, which for me are my everyday carry. And so these items here are everyday carry for me, and I'll just start with the headlamp, which has a belt clip on it and is pretty bright with 5 different settings. There's no LED, there's no red filter or anything like that, but this thing will light up the woods, and So the next item I have is always in my pocket is a case folding knife. Here is a Victorinox multi-tool, which has a magnifying glass in it. And as you can see, there's a lot of different attachments on here. Couple of blades, a saw, there's a sewing awl on here, just various things that are gonna make any kit, you know, really shine. So you want to have something like that either in your bag or on you. Another lighter, so that would be a redundancy of 3 lighters. I always have this pocket bellows, just because, you know, once it gets cold out here, I'm going to be making a lot of fires, and I enjoy having something that I can use to insert air at the base of the fire without having to get close to it and get all sweaty or potentially get singed. So I keep a pocket bellows in my everyday carry. I don't need it every day, but it fits right in. You can see it's the same size as these other items. It fits right into my everyday carry pouch that I have on my belt. Just a little wad of duct tape for repairs on the fly. I carry with me a carbon fiber comb, which has a leather sheath around it. Carry that in my pocket. And here, this is a glow card. What's it actually called? Oh, the name's not printed on the back, but this card is pretty cool. If you blast it with light for, you know, 20 seconds, I think, it ends up being a nice source of light for a few minutes. You know, if you need to read a map or something in a dark situation and you're trying to have good light discipline, you don't want to have your headlamp blasting and giving away your location or whatnot, you can use this for, you know, just a nice stealthy form of light. This is my belt knife. Carry it with me all the time. My belt knife is the Kephart variety, so it's just a nice full tang, you know, nice little, it's kind of just a little camp knife. It's not anything super heavy duty, but I keep it sharp, and I really just use this for all of my main camp chores. I always have leather gloves with me because I ride a motorcycle, so these are actually part of my everyday carry, which is why I don't have them in the kit. Hi. All right, I wanted to test this out, and these 3 shelter components, the USGI style rain poncho, the survival blanket, and the Bushcraft Spain oilcloth ground cloth with wool lining. They're all approximately the same size. Let me roll out the silk sleeping bag liner so you can get a sense of how large that is. So here the silk sleeping bag liner is just what it sounds like, and it fits right into the mix. The oilskin on this ground cloth is very waterproof, so I mean, you could really just fold this over like so and be inside of it, and you're going to keep relatively dry in a pretty good rain. Now, of course, you could take the poncho out and using your stakes, your ridge line, and the 2 guy lines with the extra guy line for extra headspace in there. You can set the army poncho up as your rain shelter, just coming right above you in the lean-to style, just to keep everything extra nice and dry. Hi. Okay, let me point out also that with the 2-liter water hydration pack removed, the dry bag, just 10 liters, actually fits inside the pouch really nicely. So that could be your method for transporting 10 liters of water. That could be your method for keeping the contents of the bag dry. You could take all of the shelter components out of the bag and roll them up and use the leather strap as a waist cinch and carry the shelter system on your butt like a butt pack. And that would free up all of the space inside of the bag, so you could throw some clothing in there, whatever it is that you might need to bring with you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this.